I've got a question for cheaters. How do you do it? I mean, I don't get it though. But before we get right into your answering the question, so if we have any cheaters in the house, please, I would like for you to stay tuned and answer these questions because there are tons of people that are literally not cheating that would like to know the reasons why you're cheating. Maybe that will help us. Well, if it's your first time on my channel, please don't hesitate to hit the subscribe button, like, comment, and share. So I'm just gonna get right into this video. So basically, I was just thinking to myself, right? Like I was thinking because I've dealt with different stories, and I'll just share one story with you. Like, so there's this guy, he's married, and then he's constantly like calling other women, talking to different women, from exes to new women, constantly on dating apps, also like searching for girls who are gullible and want a man. I mean, not all girls on the app are gullible, but I mean, like, most girls are innocent on the app, or some are not. Some are honestly looking for love, and then he just like plays around with their emotions when he goes to when he goes to work, or he travels, or in his city, or where he lives with his wife. He's always constantly looking for ways to look for new women to hang out with, right? Not just hang out, guys, you know what I mean, like have sexual intercourse with. So basically, this guy is constantly doing that, and one day the wife, she was sick of it because she was always literally complaining. And then she asked him this question, and she was like, why do you do it? Like, I fuck you right, I cook for you good, I'm taking care of the kids, and I'm doing literally everything that you want me to do. I look good, I do all the nasty things you want. Like, if you want me to do a crazy thing in the bedroom, I do it for you. If you want me to have sex in the most weirdest places, I do it for you. So what is the problem? And he was like, well, it's a man's thing. Like, and she was like, how would you feel if I go out and I cheat? And he was like, well, it's not the same for men and women. Like, men are allowed to go out and fuck around, and for a woman is not. And then I was like, yikes, when she was sharing this story with me. And then I was just curious. I was like, why do you cheat? And I'm speaking specifically to people who have taken the step to be committed. Like, you propose to a woman you've been dating, or you're married, and then you go out and you find other women, and then you fuck them, and then you come back home. So I'm curious, when you go to cheat, when you are literally speaking to another woman, when you're literally taking your dick out of your pants and sticking it into another woman's vagina that is not your wife or is not your betrothed, do you take off your ring and keep it to the side? How do you do it? Like, I'm just like, I'm wondering, yeah, like, I'm curious. How do you do it? Do you take off your ring and be like, oh, fuck it, I'm just gonna fuck another woman and I'm not gonna give a shit? Or do you do it with your ring on? Do you what do you think in that moment? Because I know a lot of men will be like, I just think with my dick, but that's not true. I know that literally deep down in your heart, you're definitely thinking something else, but you are damning all the consequences. You are damning all the, all the, what do you call it, all the caution, and you just go ahead and do it. And sometimes some men even go ahead to do it without even like protecting themselves, and I'm not talking about just men though, I'm talking about women too. Like, how do you do it? Because as a person, yeah, like, when you say you love someone, you go in front of the whole world, you go in front of God, you go in front of like their loved ones and your loved ones, and then you make a vow to those people, you make promises to those people. How can you live with yourself that you have to wake up and go out and just talk to someone else freely, and probably lie to that person that you have no wife and no children or no betrothed, and you just like literally make out with them and go the extra mile to take out your dick or whip out your vagina and just like have sexual intercourse with people that are not the people that you claim that you love, the people that you made a promise to in front of the whole world that you're gonna grow old with them, you're gonna live with them in sickness and in health no matter the situation. How do you do it? Because that is something I cannot wrap my head around. I mean, if you're a cheater or you've cheated before and you've repented, or you're thinking about cheating, I just like, you don't have to use your real name to answer the question, but maybe this will help a lot of people out there. Like, when you have a spouse who is great to you, how do you just get up and with that ring, that beautiful ring, with that beautiful wife or husband and children sitting at home just waiting for you to come back so they can show you so much love? How do you just get up and do that? Some people say after it, I don't feel fulfilled. I feel disgusted and I feel so irritated. I mean, you, all the signs were telling you not to do it. Like, literally, how did you ignore all of your conscience pricking you and telling you, hey, do not go ahead and do this? How do you just ignore all of this and then you just do it anyways? And then you're like, I don't know what came over me. That's a lie. It's premeditated. You were looking for something that wasn't lost. And then when you fell into the trap, you want to web your whole family into that web of lies and pretense. How do you come back home or pick up the phone after cheating and just like talk to your spouse and act like everything is fine? How do you do that? And don't get me started on, oh, my partner is not a good person, she's not nice to me, she's not kind, she's mean, she's all of the, don't start with me on that. Before you made a promise to that person, you knew exactly who that person was. And I mean, especially physically, because that's the excuse that people give why they cheat, right? Because physically, yada, yada, yada. Or some would say, oh, well, her character is bad, and all of those things. You knew all of those things before you married them. And if you did not know and you did marry them and you found out all of these things, you have the option of just sitting down and thinking to yourself that, what can I do? And if you don't want to be with that person, it is much more better for you to make a decision and say, I don't want to be with you. I think we should go our separate ways, because I respect you. I respect what we've built. I respect the vows that we have made in front of people. And you just kind of like honor God and be like, I'm not going to do that. So how do you go from knowing all of these things about a person and then you say to yourself, I'm just gonna do it because this person hurt me, or this person isn't doing the things that I want them to do? Why don't you just sit down and question yourself, if she's or he's not doing what I want them to do, am I doing what they want me to do? And if the answer is yes, I am, or if the answer is no, then you fix it. But if the answer is yes, you are, and they are not being the people that you want them to be, you know what you're gonna do, honey? Like, you just have to find a way to literally nicely end things between you and them, and then you can move on to the next person. There is no reason enough for you to get up and go out and cheat on someone else just because you don't want to take responsibilities or accountability, and you just want to do something that is so wrong. And people say, oh, I don't believe in divorce, I don't believe in I don't want to break up with this person, I don't want to break my promises. Jeez, the moment you go out and you stick your dick in a vagina, or you open up your vagina for another man to stick his dick inside, you have done worse than all of these things put together. You have done worse than divorce, and you have done worse than breaking a promise. So think about it carefully before you do it. We all go through and face temptations, but how seriously do you take your promises, your vows? Jesus, for you to be able to do that, it means that you are so dishonorable. You don't have any honor. And mothers and fathers, I would tell you that teach your children that giving away their private shouldn't come to them so easily, because let me tell you something, yeah, sorry, I'm going back and forth, yeah. Let me tell you something. If you have confidence in yourself, if you believe in yourself, if you have faith in yourself or your children, nothing in this world is going to make you to tell your children, or to tell them that it's okay because they are male, they can, fuck anything that roams around in skirt or has a hole, or because they are female, they can just open their legs for whatever is walking around. No, because there is no honor in just giving your private parts for free. Jesus, your vagina and your dicks are supposed to be like very, very sacred. Like, if you choose to give it to someone, that person must earn it. That person must prove that they deserve it. That person must be honorable, and that person must be a person of value. That's how it should be. And when you start to instill this in your children, and you start to think about it like that, you're going to realize that a lot of people are going to give so much respect to that thing in between their legs. And I'm saying it with all respect, possibly. Like, if you have been disrespecting your vagina or your dick and literally sharing it like, what you call it, like candy on Halloween night, I would literally encourage you, like, forget about all the diseases, like, okay, in spite of all the diseases out there and all the spiritual implications of just like literally dishing your private parts out, I think that you should think about how much disservice you're doing to yourself, your body, your word as an honorable person or a person of value, and to that partner of yours that you made a promise and a vow to, that you're not gonna lust or look after any other person, not to talk of sticking your dick or opening your vagina for them. And if you say that that person was beautiful and then they became ugly, Jesus, encourage them to return to being who they used to be. And besides, do you think you're going to always be young and beautiful? No, you're not. Now, the question is, do you expect someone else to deal with you and stay with you when you're all old, wrinkly, and achy? No, you should. You do expect people to stay with you through that time, right? So why are you being such a dickhead, or why are you being such a loser by just distributing what is supposed to be special for you and for the people that you make promises to, that you take vows for? Do you understand? Now, I know that it's synonymous to the last video I did about love, but I just want to do a follow up because a lot of people are going through so much hurt, and yeah, and because they feel like they've been cheated upon, they just want to cheat back. I'm gonna advise you today: if someone has cheated up on you, it is not your responsibility to cheat on them back. Your responsibility is to yourself, to your vagina or your dick, do not go and share it like crackers out there, okay? Like, just choose to be better. And that's all I have to say. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I would love to know what people who cheat think in the comment section below. And if you like it and you know any cheaters, please share this with them, because I also am curious, and your opinions will mean a lot to me. Well, until next time, guys, bye.